folks, it's Mark from Fire Mountain Outdoors. Thanks for joining me today. This is just a quick little segment in response to my friend Mike, who asked me a question, and he said, in regards to the horrible tragedy where the 9-year-old girl down in Nevada was shooting a micro Uzi at a range and shot and killed her instructor. And Mike's question posed to me was, do you think that there should be an age limit on when you can shoot a full auto weapon? I would think that that a local or a range rule would be a good thing. I do not believe that there should be laws or legislation enacted. I believe that a young person's ability to shoot a firearm varies as much as young people or individuals. You know what? There are 10-year-old boys that can drive a semi-hay truck over east of the mountains better than my daughter can drive her car. That's just the fact of the matter. Some kids are more adept at things than others, and so I think it's an individual thing. This whole accident was a travesty and a tragedy and a horrible thing, and my heart grieves for that 9-year-old girl and her family, and it grieves for the family of the instructor who's now passed on. You know, it's close to my heart because I am a big proponent of teaching young people proper firearm safety. I think that's the biggest way that we can prevent firearms accidents is by educating kids and letting them know the 4 basic rules. The first rule would be treat all firearms as if they're loaded until proven out otherwise. Never point the firearm at anything you don't intend to destroy. Keep your finger off of the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to shoot. And know your trigger, know your target, and what lies beyond it. So most of the time, these four basic rules will eliminate all of your accidental shooting issues. In this case, this 9-year-old girl had a weapon that was too big for her, too much to control. You know, I've shot micro Uzis and full automatic weapons, and in a compact short weapon like that, there is a significant amount of muzzle rise, and it is surprising, and it is really easy to get away from you, even for a trained full-size adult who's anticipating and expecting it. You know, I'm a fan of brass rainbows. I love shooting full auto or simulated full auto with a slide fire, and I think that is a lot of fun. I don't think that would have been the weapon that I would have chose to introduce a first-time shooter. I'm not going to lay any judgment on anybody over here. That's a whole horrible tragedy, and you know the thing is, it's almost like lightning striking, because if you'll remember, about a year prior, there was an 8-year-old boy who actually shot himself in the head with an Uzi at a machine gun shoot. I believe it was in Massachusetts. And I think it was a Connecticut boy. The recoil got out of hand, you know, and that machine's going as long as you pull the trigger. And he whacked himself in the head, and that's just, it really breaks my heart, folks. And especially being an enthusiast, seeing all the widespread coverage of this, and now I know that there's going to be politicians that are going to want to justify their existence by stepping up with laws and proposals and things that want to restrict all of our freedom because of a freak accident and some bad judgment calls. So the short answer is, Mike, I would say that if a range wanted to implement age rules, then that would be well within their right. No on any kind of law. But here we are left. We're all left in the wake of this tragedy where somebody died. And there is that urge. There's always that urge, well, we have to do something. What can we do? Well, we can analyze this and we can think about it, folks. This was a very isolated incident in a very isolated situation. And it was a horrible tragedy, and it bleeds and it leads and it made news. But you know what? I want you to think about the second biggest killer of kids in this country. Do you know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. The second biggest killer of kids in this country is accidental drowning. I'm going to take something right here that you can do to affect change. It's not going to stop machine gun deaths. This isn't body armor per se, but by putting on this simple piece of equipment, I can save lives. I can save my life. By making my kids put on this piece of equipment, I can save their lives. By providing my nieces and nephews with this, if we're going to the water, I can save their lives. If by joining an organization that donates these and puts them at parks, I can help save lives. You know what? All of those drownings, they could almost every single one of them, not all, almost every single one of them could have been prevented by wearing a protective personal device, a flotation device, such as a life jacket, during swimming, recreating, fishing, all of the things that you do around water. The second biggest killer is drownings. You go look at last week's newspaper, folks. Within 50 miles of you, there is a dad or a mom or a kid or a niece or a nephew of somebody that has drowned. And that could have been avoided by this simple act of putting this on. So if you want to affect change, if you want to make this world a better place, then I challenge you, all of you dads, I want you to start putting this on. I wear mine. I'm a poor swimmer, and I have almost nearly drowned a couple times myself, and I've almost drowned saving another kid. So this is near and dear to my heart. And you know what? This is not sexy. This isn't a sexy thing. It screws up my farmer tan because I'll get sunburnt down here, and I won't get a burnt belly. Hey, how about you as dads be the alive dad that didn't look so cool the next day? There's a lot of dads that have left behind families and wives because they were out in the water, out fishing, drinking beer, fell overboard, drowned. Let's just stop that. You want to stop the madness? Put on a personal flotation device. That's my advice from you, Fire Mountain Outdoors. Hey folks, remember, you can't take back a bullet, and I hope you never, ever, ever wish you could. So follow the 4 basic rules, and if you're playing around in the water, put on the flotation device, set an example, make this the new cool. Thanks for watching.